morning everyone.
Good morning.
One more time. Good morning everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to another power pack session of Millennium City Toastmasters Club. We are at the meeting number 608. That means this club has been meeting for 12 years, same place, same time, to help its members develop better communication skills and become better leaders. I have two announcements from the executive committee side to make. First, that the EC election, the executive committee election, is scheduled to be on next week. So requesting all the members who want to be part of the executive committee, or even if you are not willing to be part of the executive committee, highly recommend please be there in the meeting next week, because it's very important. We need at least 50% of the strength to conduct a successful election and to elect the next leaders for this club, which will help the club to reach greater heights. Second, as you all know, our club was started on 23rd June 2020. That means next week we are going to complete 12 years as a club. So we have a small celebration planned for the same after the election. Requesting everyone to be please part of the same. We will be releasing the nominations and all the rules are available. If you are someone who wants to make members play some games and everything, please reach out to the executive committee to make it happen. With this, we'll move on to our guests. For the guests, just please rise up from your seat one by one and whatever a quick introduction about you and what brings you to the club.
Good morning everyone, my name is Toastmasters Shravasti. This is my third session here as a guest, and I have really enjoyed the previous two sessions. Looking forward to an equally power-packed segment. Thank you.
Session, and I have been looking for Toastmasters since 2 years. So, but as I got this, I searched this on the internet and I connected, so I am very glad to be here.
Thank you very much. Also, by the end of the meeting, we have a very special session planned on what are the EC roles, why we should nominate for EC roles, why leadership in Toastmasters is a bedrock for your future success, and what Toastmasters really offers you beyond a club. So we have some special guest by the name of Toastmaster Shwetank Sharma. He is one of the district leaders of our current district, and he will be inspiring you, guiding you on all the EC roles and the leadership roles available in Toastmasters. So we will be having the role towards the end of the meeting. With this, we move on to a session. To conduct our session, we have someone with the role of Toastmaster of the Day. A Toastmaster of the Day is a beat weaver. They are responsible for connecting the meeting smoothly and making sure everything happens in a professional manner. Our Toastmaster of the Day today is someone who has been a Toastmaster since 2019. He is a seasoned HR professional. He has worked in various MNCs, and today he is going to conduct not only the Toastmaster of the Day session but also the Journal Evaluator session, which is what I believe evaluation that makes Toastmasters different from all the other platforms available. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Toastmaster of the Day, Journal Evaluator for today, Toastmaster Ashish Lal.
Good morning everyone.
Good morning.
And respected guests. So as mentioned by the presiding officer that I am playing two roles today, Toastmaster today as well as I will be playing the General Evaluator. So how many guests are there today? So 2 guests are there. So first time you are coming the Toastmaster. So well, Toastmaster. First, I will talk about my role, what I do as a Toastmaster today. So, Toastmaster today is someone who sticks together every session of the meeting and ensure that the meeting goes smooth. And in Toastmaster, there are certain structures that we follow. And as we progress towards the meeting, we'll see that there are 3 things that Toastmaster emphasizes. First, be asked to come over the stage and will be given a topic to speak on for a 2 minute time. And third, the most important section is the Toastmasters evaluation section. In this section, what we do, we evaluate everybody who is spoken on the stage. So that's about the structure that we follow. And after every role player finishes his role, he'll be given a minute time to the audience to give the feedback of the speaker. So feedback will be done through online, and I request guests to scan the QR code from the member sitting next to you. So the word of the day today is gracias. Gracias meaning showing a willingness to take bold risks. Synonyms are daring, fearless, and brave. The sentence goes like this: every great innovation begins with an audacious idea. We need to be more audacious in what we say and do. Antonyms are timid, reserved, and confident. So I encourage all the members to use word of the day in their speaking. They will show two things. First, your presence of mind, that when you are on the stage, you are taking care of you are thinking that yes, this word has to be used while you speak. And as a sign of encouragement, you will be shown thumbs up by the audience whenever you use this word of the day. So, what could be better than starting a meeting with laughter? And nobody can do that better than the joke master. So today in the meeting we have the joke master, and I'd like to invite him on the stage. A brief introduction about joke master. Joke master Nayanshi recently last year joined the club. He's a digital marketer, and he's into dramatics and he's a film enthusiast. So please welcome him on the stage with a big applause.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and players.
Good morning.
Let me take you back to my 6th grade when I was a young teen and I had my first massive crush. I told my buddy, and he gave me an advice only a best friend would. Bro, go talk to her. Tell her your feelings. What's the worst that could happen? She'd probably say no. Big deal. I'm here for you, rooting for you, go! And I took the audacity. I was a young, naive kid, incredibly stupid. So I plucked a rose from the school garden and went down on one knee and said, hey, I love you. She said, do you even have a mirror at home? I said, yeah, I do, of course. That tells me I'm handsome every day. But I don't think you have one. Because that outfit, yeah. And I went away like a Bollywood hero, straight into the principal's office for plugging that plug. Thank you, and don't do this at school.
Well, I was not aware before, when I was taking PPT, I came to know that he's a dramatist and a film enthusiast, and clearly reflected on the stage the way you were acting. So, as mentioned by the that I am playing two roles, which is generally evaluator being played by me. And so, what I am going to do with this role? This role is critical in terms of that, because we will be saying feedback to the speaker in terms of what are the areas where they want to improve, what they did well, and so that's what I'll be leading that in this section. So as a general evaluator, my role would be to evaluate the meeting in general. Means I'll be evaluating the meeting right from the start till the end, and all the speakers will be evaluated by respective evaluators, and for that I have a team with me, and I like to invite them on the stage. First, I like to invite our drama team. We have a team called tag team. Tag team stands for drama Dravidian counter. So first of all, I would like to invite Toastmaster Pratik, who is playing the role of the Dravidian, to share what his role objectives are. So please welcome on stage.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Pratik, and today I will play the role of Millennium, in which I will pay close attention to the language used during the meeting. I will note down some good uses of the language and some incorrect uses of the language. And I will also introduce word of the day, which is audacious and which is already explained by Mr. Ashish. So it means willingness to take bold risks, or we can say like every great idea starts with every great innovation starts with audacious idea. So I request everyone to use word of the day during your speech, and please show a sign of thumbs up whenever someone uses word of the day. And I will present my report by the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Now I will be inviting the counter of the meeting today. So it often quite a time that when we speak, we don't take care of the crutch word that we made. It's only when someone is listening to you very attentively, he'll be able to make out that what crutch words were used. So there's a person called Toastmaster Ashish. I'll be inviting him on the stage and we'll talk about his role as
Good morning, everyone. As your AHA counter today, my role is to help us all about the conscious of our speech habit, especially the sneaky filler words like so, like, and repeated phrases. These fillers come visually and distract the message what we want to give. So be careful while using your speeches, while giving your speeches, and at the end of the session, I will presenting my report. Thank you.
Last but not the least, I'd like to invite the time of today's meeting and who is none other than Toastmaster Ishita. Please welcome her on the stage.
Okay, so good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
First of all, I would like to say that I really admire the audacious speakers who come to this stage, and it takes a lot of courage, and speaking within the allotted time is a major part of it. So the role of the timer is to ensure that the meeting runs smoothly within the allotted time period. So I will be showing these colored cards to indicate how much time a speaker has taken to speak. So the meeting is divided into 3 segments: prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluations. For the prepared speeches, I will be showing the green card at 5 minutes, which means that you have reached the minimum time. I will be showing the yellow card, which is your cue to start wrapping up, and the yellow card will be shown at 6 minutes, and the red card will be shown at 7 minutes, which means that you have reached your maximum time, and you will be given 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. For table topics, you will get 1 to 2 minutes. 1 minute for the at 1 minute I will show the green card, which means that you have reached the minimum time. At 1.5 minutes I will show the yellow card, which means that you have to start wrapping up. And at 2 minutes I will be showing the red card, which means that you have to finish up your speech in the next 30 seconds. For evaluations, I will be showing that the minimum time has been reached, the midpoint has been reached, and the maximum time has been reached. Yeah. So good luck to you all.
Well, I'm playing the role of between thing today, but I just thought of trying to make this meeting a little engaging and have some fun so that we don't get bored. So I thought this first would be better to talk about, so that I can get the audience engaged. So I have a couple of quizzes with me. Just wanted to check that how good you are in terms of having your general awareness. I'll be asking a few questions and we'll see that how many quiz champs are there in the room. Right, so I'll start with a couple of quizzes and then we'll dive into our general ability. So first question is, have you ever heard this word oxymoron?
Yes.
So I did not go to the English champ because you have done MA in English. So yeah, someone who is, yeah. So who raised the hand? So Bhanu sir. Yes, Bhanu sir.
Sometimes we think that he has something I forgot exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a contradictory sort of thing which you say. Can you repeat louder?
Can you be a
It's like
bit
a contradictory two words
you are
you say together.
Can you repeat the word?
oxymoron? OX.
You say
OX, Y, and R. That's what like to tell. You tell them.
Carefully careless. The example, carefully careless. On one hand, we are saying careful, which means there's a lot of preparation. And on the other hand, we are also using the word careless, the exact opposite. So when two words meaning the exact opposite thing are brought together, that's an oxymoronic symbol.
Right. So two contradictory words. Usually you will see that oxymoron are linked to two words. So one is contradicting the other. So I will give you three options. You tell me which word is the oxymoron phrase. Sweet lemon, silent screen, open secret.
Silence. Open secret. Open secret.
Sweet level as well.
Silence.
There are two correct answers. So open secret is fine. The other
Silent screen.
silent screen. And now you tell me how many of you studied mathematics after 10th? Who are the science. So I think you must come across this word which is called palindrome.
Palindrome.
Palindrome. Yeah, palindrome. So first explain what it is. So I go to the engineer, right?
Yes. Palindrome might be same pattern ABC, CBA. I think this
So
is.
answer the question about some of the
So the same number in the reverse is also equal to that number. So that is a
someone at this screen, what do you say?
Number of string also.
It could be words, it could be number, it could be anything. Yeah. So anything which reads same backward and forward, right? So tell me few words which is palindrome. English words.
No.
Robot. No.
Dad.
You said, why don't you?
Dad.
Malayalam is another English word.
Malayalam.
Race car.
Sorry.
Race car.
Race card.
Race car. Car.
No,
Race
race
car
card
is
is
not
not that one.
इस तरफ से पढ़ो या इस तरफ से पढ़ो.
Four or five letter words anybody can tell me. No, not three letter words. 4 letter or 5 letter word anybody can tell me.
Banana.
Banana. I'll tell you. Civic is one of the words that I come across. Madam. And then the other word is radar. So that there are multiple words. Any number if you can
Oh, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
1 to 1, yes?
1, 3, 3, 1.
Okay, so that's the first part of my language questions. I'll have the later part of the meeting. I'll be asking few more questions. Just keep me engaged. So let's proceed with the meeting. First, I will go with the first section, which is prepared speeches, and we have 2 speeches today. So I'd like to invite our first speaker, who is Toastmaster Nayanshi. Brief introduction about Nayanshi. Nayanshi joined Toastmaster last year, 24. She is working as a subject matter expert in physics 1R. And her hobby is content writing, right? And so she has chosen a pathway called projection mastery. She is going to deliver her speech from that pathway. She has reached level 3rd and going to deliver her first speech of level 3rd. The speech title she has chosen to speak on is Break the Image, and the evaluator of this speech is Toastmaster Ankit. I will request Toastmaster Ankit to please talk about her speech objective.
Yeah, so Toastmaster Ashish already explained everything about her speech. The only thing is that the objective of her speech is to present a persuasive speech and to deliver it. I wish the best of luck to Toastmaster Nayanshi.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
People say women wear many hats. But reality is, if you get married, you just don't wear hats, you wear personalities. One for your family, one for your in-laws, and one, the major one that you hide deep inside your true self. I come from a lively, happy and expressive family. We can dance at any moment. We don't need an excuse to dance. If you are happy in my family, laugh out loud. If you are sad, be a crybaby. If you are excited, dance. We can dance without an excuse, even if someone plays music on the street. We can dance. Then, I got married. My in-laws are beautiful, so caring, happy, but little bit traditional. In their home, daughter-in-law is supposed to be calm, generous, soft-spoken. Not the one who can dance at any moment. Like, I have to do the course. How to be an ideal woman? And I got one label also. Working woman. With lots of assumptions. She's so arrogant. She doesn't know household work. What she knows about relationships. She just could open laptop and read meetings. Then, the day came, the biggest event of my family after my marriage. Not a family dinner. It was the wedding of my sister-in-law. And I was the newest daughter-in-law. All eyes were on me. They expected me to be quiet, generous, calm. But I tried. I wore a heavy sari. I walked like I was floating on a cloud and sat in the corner with a cup of tea. And healthy function was going on. My inner Nayanshi was yelling, "Why are you sitting? Go and dance!" Then one angel appeared on my right shoulder and whispered, "Your one dance will not hurt their emotions." I stood up and danced. Before I tell you what happened next, let me ask you, have you ever been in that situation where you think your image is shattered?
Every day.
That was my moment. I danced, twirled, clapped, energy. Hairs flying backwards, jingling, his smile unstoppable. One turn, one step turn to another one. Then I realized it was not my family function. It was my in-laws function. All eyes were on me. And I was like a kid caught eating ice cream at midnight. One auntie came from the crowd and whispered to my father-in-law, "Is this your new daughter-in-law dancing?" My father-in-law smiled and said, "Yes, and we don't stop her to be herself." That very moment, judgmental aunties joined me on the dance floor and danced with me. Then, they got one more label. I was fun daughter-in-law with a working woman also. And I don't know any household work. They set the image of me in their mind that she could only dance, she could be free, she did only house work. The next day, big day, the wedding day. I was on my feet since morning, managing each and everything like an event planner, bride's jewelry, everything I was managing. Like decoration, food, crying babies, everything I was managing on my feet like a pro. Again those aunties, those who were judging me, whispered, "Is that same girl who was dancing? And today she is managing each and everything like a pro." They were surprised. Why? Because I didn't set their name. I was working woman who could also work at home, not only from home. I was modern but not careless. I was expressive but not irresponsible. That wedding function taught me something very important. Being a daughter-in-law is not so easy. And being a working daughter-in-law is not so easy. Because we think every time, will they judge me? Will they think I am too old? Will I be the good daughter-in-law? And being in this situation, we try to adjust each and everything. We try to make everyone happy. We try to make everyone comfortable. Everything we try. But in this situation, we forget who we truly are. We are not born to be this. It's okay to have double faces. Like sometimes we can be quiet, but not each and every time. When you feel to dance, like me. Amongst all the major roles you play to be a daughter-in-law or to be anywhere, the most important role is to be yourself. Thank you everyone.
To be yourself is the lesson that we learned from Toastmaster Nayanshi. So it's equally important for the boys. Learning the lesson from after the wedding. So I'll give you a 1 minute of silence and would request everyone to please give feedback to Toastmaster Nayanshi. And request the time to please let me know on the 1 minute before. So now we'll move on to our next speaker, and next speaker is Toastmaster. Brief introduction about Toastmaster. He is a member recently this year, and by profession he is a data analyst in the MNC. His hobbies are reading and learning new things. Talking about his project in Toastmaster, he has chosen a marketplace for presentation mastery, and delivering his third speech of level 1.3. The speech title is Fear of Failure, and Toastmaster Rahul is going to evaluate Toastmaster speech. So I request Toastmaster Rahul to please talk about his speech objective today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashish. Toastmaster Taran will be giving the third speech in level 1 presentation mastery, and the objective of this speech is to practice using vocabulary and body language in his speech. And I wish Toastmaster Taran all the best. The title is Fear of Failure.
Can we have Toastmaster?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Have you ever wanted something so badly, but when it actually came to you, you just screwed it up at the end? Maybe for you it was an exam, or for you it was some presentation. But for me it was a job interview. Now I had those thoughts, like everyone has. You cannot screw this up. Do not screw this up, please. If you fail this, you don't have anything. But then what I failed to realize is that these thoughts themselves is what made me actually fail. See, what I really realized is that it is not failure that we should feel, but it is instead the fear itself is what brings us down. Now this job interview was something which was very, very important to me. I researched about the company. I actually for once aligned myself with the company's values, and I understood what the company actually does. And I prepared for weeks, prepared for the technical questions, prepared for the personality questions, I prepared for every type of question that they can ask me. However, I was also very, very nervous, very, very anxious, as this was technically my first job interview. So I go into the job interview and I see around 13, 14 other people dressed much better than me. And my confidence has already dropped. And I go into the actual interview, and in a way of looking professional, sort of charismatic, I extend my hand to the interviewer and I say, "Hi, nice to meet you. I stalked you on LinkedIn." Sorry. I saw you on LinkedIn. So that was a great start. And then I sit down. They asked me a few questions, pretty generic, nothing really that special. And my answers were pretty much the same as the 50 other applicants before me. Then they asked me the question, "Why do you want to join this company? Why do you want this job?" Now, I had an answer for that, but fear whispered again. What if I sound stupid? What if I say something else? And in just fear, I blurted out, "For the money." And then another question comes. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Again, pretty tough question. Instead of saying something about I see myself developing further in the role and developing my skills more, working with bigger teams and more people, I was just so nervous and so scared of what they would think. I said I see myself in my late 20s. So now the interviewer was laughing straight at my face, and he did not like me at all. Then the last question comes. Pretty tough question for essentially every person. What would you say are your weaknesses? Now I had genuinely no idea. Instead of saying something introspective or something deep within me, I just said the most generic thing that the other people also said. "Oh, I am a perfectionist, sir, and I just do too much work. I don't know when to stop working." So I was laughed out of the room, and I was so embarrassed, and I couldn't really get over that interview. 5 or 6 and I bombed all of them because of the fear of failure. And just this fear is what used to cause me from not performing at all. I saw this kind of a disturbing pattern that whenever I just focused on the outcome, on the fear rather than the thing, the hard work that I'm doing about the job, and the preparation that I do, I just focus on that and my real self does not come out. Fear makes us hyper-focus on our mistakes and doesn't let the real person inside of us come out. And my confidence and my self-esteem after those interviews was way down. Then came another email of another job interview. Similar job, similar field. But my self-esteem was so down that I didn't really care about the outcome of that. I didn't really care if I failed or I passed. I just was going to say the answers the way they are, rather than trying to be some perfect candidate. As I cannot be that. I just wanted to say the thing as it is. But guess what happened? I go into the interview room, I just talk to them as real people. I show them who I really am. I show them that I can answer the questions without any fear. I talk to them as actual colleagues rather than judgmental figures and things to be feared. I didn't put everything on stake for this. I knew I didn't really care what would happen if I didn't get the job. I just wanted to say the things I wanted to say. Be the person I actually am. And guess what? That was enough. Just by showing myself who I am, that is enough. I still didn't get the job. But, I did learn a lot of things from this. That the fear of failure is what used to bring me towards failure itself. Just looking at the outcome, trying to control some outcome, trying to control the thing I cannot control at all, is what used to bring me to the darkest fears that I had. So whenever you are confronted with a challenge like this, just remember, success doesn't come from the absence of fear. It comes from the freedom to be fearless. Thank you.
One minute of break for the feedback. I'd like to move towards our second section of the week, which is table topic section. But before we dive into it, again I am coming up with 3 questions and I'd like to see how fast you can answer them. So are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. The question is, which Indian city is known as the Tiger City?
Surat.
Right, Surat is the right answer. I'll tell you some starting fact about Surat. Around 90% of the world's diamonds are cut and polished in Surat. 90%. And Surat has around 5,000 diamond cutting and polishing companies. 5,000. Now next question. What was the first product ever scanned with barcode? I'll take the name of the products: Coca-Cola, chewing gum, soap, milk water.
Chewing gum.
answer, sir.
Not Coca-Cola. Chewing gum is the right answer. Tell me the name of the product.
Wrigley's.
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 1974. And the next question is, what is the most stolen food item in the world? I have 4 options.
Bread.
Bread, cheese, wine.
Bread.
Cheese is the right answer. And you will be surprised to know that 4% of the total cheese made globally is actually stolen. 4%. So with that, we like to move forward with this section, table topic section, and to do this, conduct this section, I invite Master, Toastmaster Kaveri, brief introduction for Kaveri. Kaveri joined the club 2023, and she is founder of a startup, and she loves to give. So that's so please.
Thank you, Ashish, for nice introduction. Hi everyone, I'm Kaveri Sharma, and today I'm your table topic master. And before we dive into our most amazing and exciting part of our meeting, I have something special to share. You know, a lot of us feel a little bit nervousness to suddenly ask sharing in front of everyone something. But that's completely fine. That's completely normal. That's exactly why we are here, to learn, to grow, to practice, and most important, to enjoy the process of thinking on our feet. That's why I would like to share audio approach with all of you. O stands for opinion. Start sharing by your opinion. R stands for reason. Start, give us a reason why you believe in this thing. And then E stands for example. Relate with your thoughts with your real life example or create it on your own. And last O stands for opinion, restate it. Wrap it up with your strong point of view. So guys, who wants to take first topic? Okay, please come. Hi. So, is success more about luck or hard work for you?
As you know that every coin has 2 aspects, head or tail. Similarly, it's not just luck that you require. You might be lucky in few situations, but to be actually successful in life or in any domain, in any fields, you have to put in some effort as well. You have to do hard work as well. Same way, you can put 100% efforts. You can do a lot of hard work, but sometimes the results are not in your favor. That is why it is important to know that sometimes you have to be lucky to be successful. You put efforts, you put hard works, and sometimes you fail. But that is part and parcel of life. Learn from the mistakes, put in more efforts, and one day you will be lucky, because everybody at the end of it is actually lucky to be born in this world. So yeah, you will be lucky and successful in your life if you put in effort as well. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Talking
about one moment that changed my life completely is realizing that I have to focus on things that I am good at. Because initially I was thinking that I can do multiple things simultaneously, but the thing is that if you focus on something that you are good at, then you will prosper in this specific field or that vertical. So put more focus on your strength, and as I heard somewhere that you another Toastmaster in previous meetings said you don't need to be master. Sorry, you can be master of one thing and sorry, jack of all trades. You can be jack of all trades, but you should be master of one thing. So I am really believe in this quote, and considering it, I am saying that when I realize I have to focus on one thing, which is my strength, so that thought in my mind changed my life completely. Over to you.
Okay, so the question is, describe a time you overcome fear and how it shaped you.
Stop, stop, stop! Lapsak, lapsak. Okay, okay, come. And then I got into this cab. It was -2 degrees. I was covered in warm clothes, thankfully, from top to toe, in the middle of the streets almost, in the city called Tashkent, Uzbekistan. I had just landed there 5 hours ago in the middle of the night, and the cab that I was trying to take was to take me to my office. Day 1, after 4 hours of sleep, and that too stop like this to the driver who did not understand English, because the language in Tashkent is either Uzbek and or Russian, and I knew neither. However, at that point there was a realization that came over me, that then not even one single person in the world knew exactly where I stood. My mobile network was non-existent. My linguistic skills was next to nothing. And that's when I realized that God still exists, and all we need to do is show a little bit of heart and courage and end up stopping random cars in a random city right in the middle of this road, say stop, stop. Go.
First or second? Next. What's your name? Well, the topic is imagine you are creating a new content. What would it celebrate and how would people observe it?
Indian cinema could have not been anything without Dada Saheb Phalke. If we have read about him, he and his family struggled really hard. They watched, at that point of time, we were known as the British, and they watched some British films. And they got inspired and wanted to make something called Indian cinema. So the whole family did research on how films are made and what can we do. So they brought the equipments, they started shooting, their own son acted in their film, The first film was Raja Harishchandra. So, to mark this, I would introduce a holiday on Dada Saib Phalke's birthday, and it would be a national holiday. Because for me, he is an inspiration for me, for someone who loves dramatics, who has been to theatre. I cannot imagine what he had gone through, and I cannot imagine the level of films that we did after him, and I cannot imagine Indian cinema.
Okay, your question is. Is it better to be respected or liked?
Respect doesn't come with likeness. I respect my boss the most, but do I like him? But if you like someone, it doesn't mean that you don't respect him. I like my friends a lot, but do I respect them? Well, I don't need to answer. But sometimes respect and likeness both goes hand in hand. I respect all the podcasters who podcast their lives and say things about it. But at the same time, I like people who are into some creative field and respect in that particular manner because I want to be growing in the same field. But it doesn't mean that likeness or respect need to be a dodging point. I believe if I like you, I may not respect you at times because that's exactly what I am. And on the other hand, if I respect you, I'm not going to like you as well. So with that, thank you so much.
Thank you. Any guess? Like it up? Okay. Okay, Anush, the question is for you. If you could master one skill instantly, what would it be and how would you use it?
So instantly, good morning everyone. So instantly I would like to master my communication skills and the leadership skills. For that purpose, I am joining the classes. I think in today's scenario, you have to not to have all the degrees or the experience of your doing office jobs, but to demonstrate what you are doing or what you are capable of doing is must. So this is something which I want to master instantly.
Thank you. Can we call? Okay, Kaveri, would you like to come? Okay. You have 3 wishes, but none can be about money or success. What do you wish for?
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I think money and successes I would want to wish for, but apart from that, if I have to think of anything, I think fitness is one of the things that I always wish for because I am scared to get any kind of disease. I have been like, this is something that's coming now to me, that I have got into this habit of exercising and taking care of myself, but there have been periods when I have still have sciatica pain, which is like really bad. So when I have suffered that, I realized the value of health, and if I could wish for something, it's health. Thank you.
Kaveri? Yes, please. Hi Ashish, your question is, if you were invisible for a day, what would you do?
Okay. So what I will do, I will observe each and everyone and very closely what they are doing, with their friends, their relatives, family, and the moment I will become visible, I will convey them, boss, you have this, you are doing this thing, that thing. That is what I will do.
How are you? Okay. Your question is, who is someone you admire deeply and what lesson did they teach you? Who is someone you admire deeply and what lesson did they teach you?
I would like to say I admire too much Arnav. If you remember, he's a bodybuilder. He has a lot of muscle. He's so bulky. I don't know much. It's fine. He's 6 point something. I'm 4.9. I have to do a lot of work on it. He's so hardworking. He's so conscious about himself instead of doing badness and all. I would like to say I want this kind of skills in my life. I want that.
Okay, thank you. Bhanu, would you like to talk?
Yes.
Okay, your question is, what does home mean to you?
The first thing home means to me is food. I love food. I adore food. I can live with food. I can spend my life only with food. The first thing what home means to me is food. Second is good company. You know, hanging out with parents, hanging out with my siblings, hanging out with cousins, friends. That is what home means to me. Third, it means somewhere where you can go when you are feeling down and you are not judged. So life happens. Everyone works in the office, everyone works in the corporate world. The manager shouts at you, you didn't perform well, things are not going well in your personal life. But when you go home, you want a home to be a place where you're not judged. So just be as it is. We are humans, we make mistakes. And no one better understands you than your parents. And most important, I think if you have siblings, you will understand that your sibling understands you the best. They know what you are thinking and they know your next 5 moves. So I can't compete with my sister. If she has planned anything, I know she knows my next 5 moves, what excuses I'm going to make, what are things I'm going to make, and she already have it planned. So I think that is what home means to all of us. Especially to me, it means a place of comfort, a place of respect, and most important, a place where you can have fun. Thank you.
Do we have time? Okay. Anyone else? Any guest?
Ankit.
Shwetank.
Toastmaster Ankit.
I would take a row.
Nancy?
Ankit is only left there.
Thank
If you had to eat one meal every day for the rest of your life, what would it be?
One meal for the rest of my life. It's very, very difficult to answer this. But if it can be only one meal, then I would want it to be rice. Because you can make anything out of rice. Because I lived in South for almost 4 years. And there could be different dishes expressed from single rice, like lemon rice, jeera rice. I don't know, like thousands of things. Then when I used to go to restaurants, I only saw lemon rice, jeera rice, and all these different things. I thought, what's the difference between all of them? They're all the same. But for the rest of my life, I have to just eat the rice. I can just, fool myself with these different kind of things. But at the end of the day, it is just rice.
So this is Ram. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you for session and this session. Now we'll move to our first section, which is the evaluation section. And before I get into it, let me finish my last round of questions. So it will be a rapid fire. I'll be asking you 3 questions, and let me see that how fast you can answer. The first is, take the help of your mobile email for this question, but the one who answer in the first will be the winner. How many minutes are there in a full week? Full week. Full week. Fast.
10
Minutes in a full week.
Yeah, it's correct.
What's the answer?
10,080 minutes.
Can we clap? Okay, next question is for the Bhanu. What company has initially known as Blue Ribbon Stars? Is round of applause. This question is, how many dots appear on a pair of dice? Not 20. Pair of dice. 42 is the right answer. Then the last one is, what is the word, phrases, number or other sequence of characters that reads the same backward as forward? So with this I close this round and would like to move to the evaluation section. So we have, first I like to invite my tag team will be sharing their reports with me. So first is Toastmasters.
Please start with speech evaluation table topics.
So yes, I will be inviting our first evaluator, the table topic evaluator, who is none other than Toastmaster Bhanu. Can we welcome him on stage?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We had really amazing and innovative table topics, which made the speaker to think on his or her feet. So I'll go one by one for each of the table topic speakers. First, Rahul. So he was asked the question: is success more about luck or hard work? So he started very well. His speech was very well structured. He gave the example and he had started with a quote. And the logic was there, the conclusion was also there. But you could have included one more specific example, maybe from your life, or maybe someone else's life, that would have kind of augmented your speech. Otherwise, body language was good. Vocal variety, more on that. Our next speaker was Toastmaster Anurag. One moment then change your life. So he had good quote to start with. That quote, be jack of all, was structured, he has the logic, but again there was no example. Please include what one thing you wanted to focus on. So you could have told that, okay, I want to work on my communication, or I want to work on my leadership, or any other thing which you want to focus on. So that would have strengthened your table topic speech. Our next speaker was Toastmaster Shravasti. She started very well. She immediately grabbed the audience attention with her action, with the gap-stopping gestures. Okay, she has a great story. So whenever you tell a story, audience always love that. So kudos to you. And she summarized very well. She demonstrated good body gestures and vocal variety. So overall, it was a nicely packaged table topic speech. Thank you. Our next speaker was Toastmaster Nayanshi, and he is very thoughtful. When he was asked about a new holiday he wants to start, we could not have imagined Baba Sahib Phalke, Dada Sahib Phalke. He came up with a brilliant thought, and he told that how much his family struggled to bring cinema to Indian audience. Great job, Toastmaster man. But one thing you could have added, that how would you like to celebrate Dada Sahib Phalke's birthday holiday? Maybe you wanted to have movie festival on that day, all cinemas can have special screenings, those kind of ideas you should have put up there. Our next table topic speaker was Toastmaster Saksham, and he had a kind of humorous speech, better to be respected or liked. And he gave his example that he likes his friends, but he doesn't respect them, but he respects the podcasters. But here also you could have been more specific. Any friend could have named him or her that you like him or her but doesn't respect. So that would have put more weight to your speech. Our next speaker was guest Anuj. So kudos to you. Mustered the courage to come on the stage, and you did a good job. You were asked that what skill you want to master. So you started with a good logic that you want to work on your communication skill, and you also mentioned the importance of communication skill in today's fast-changing dynamic world. I would have expected some more content because you need to speak at least for 1 minute. I think you fell short of that. So try to speak more about that. You could have told some story why you feel that communication is the skill you want to work on. Maybe some past experience at work or in personal life where you feel you felt disadvantaged because of your kind of deficiency in that particular skill. Our next speaker was Toastmaster Tapesh. He was asked about 3 wishes, about money or success. So he chose a good wish, the health or fitness, but he could have played a little smarter there. I thought, because it was asking for three wishes, maybe health, knowledge, experience, which could have brought you money and experience, money and success, and maybe you could have put some story. You have already had one story for why you want help for that. So great job. Toastmaster Ashish Singh, he wants to be Mr. India for a day, and he had a good observe, like he wants to observe everyone. So good he didn't go into the detail, I would say. There could have been an invasion into the privacy of other people. So yeah, but good thought, very creative. But because you get some power, you need to show that how would you like to use it. So you just said that I will observe and then I will ask. But it was kind of quite personal. Maybe think bigger, think large. Next speaker was Toastmaster Monica. Who do you admire lately? So she already has her role model, the bodybuilder, and she gave a good description about his body, about his work ethics, everything. I would have liked to listen to what inspiration you are trying to get from him, what you would like to imbibe in your life. Toastmaster Dipanshu has asked interesting question, what home means to him, and he has structured his speech very well. He has 3 things to tell about his home: food, good company, and support base. And he gave the proper story also about his parents, his sister. So well done. This is kind of a template of a good table topic which he presented to us. Finally, we had Toastmaster Ankit. What meal a day for the rest of your life? So he was very specific. He wanted to eat rice only. And so he told us a story about experiences with rice. But I thought you must have been bored by eating rice every day in this house. So you would have chosen some other thing. Or try to be more innovative. Maybe you could have said that for the rest of your life, I would like to have food for thought. Because anybody can, one will can, I want to eat rice, one will say I will eat pasta, one will say I will eat chapati or something. But these are thoughtful questions. So you have to come up with some thoughts. So overall, it was a great table topic session. We had got to know about our table topic speakers' thought process, and everybody used their mind and they shown their thinking skills. Thank you. Over to you.
Now, we'd like to invite our speech evaluator. So first, I'd like to invite Toastmaster Ankit, who is going to evaluate Toastmasters Nayanshi speech.
Hi everyone, so I am evaluating Toastmaster Nayanshi. She started her speech on a very upbeat and jolly start she gave to her speech, and that she really liked dancing. And then she proceeded. Her vocal range, her voice tonality is very rich, because at one moment she was whispering that her in-laws like soft-spoken daughter-in-law, and at the next moment she was cheering her love for dancing. So the entire vocal range, entire spectrum she had covered. I really liked that. And the aim of her speech was to persuade the listeners of a certain point of view, and I think she's very successful in that, because in last she said we have to be ourselves without suppressing our inner feelings. So she met the objective of the speech. Few scope for improvement is that when she came on stage and after starting, she was looking in the side as well as down as well. So eye movement is very important. Always look in the eye of listeners. You shouldn't be looking here and there, because it gives a totally different kind of experience to the listener. So be very attentive about your eye movement. Second thing is, the speech was very fun-filled and I really enjoyed it. But it could have been even better if you include some of the questions, some of the interactive questions as well. That, for example, have any one of you have ever danced like crazy in any Indian wedding? I think any of the audience might have had any fun experience to share. So you can include that kind of interactive questions. In conclusion, I would like to say you met the objective of the speech. I really enjoyed it personally, and it had all of the tick boxes. You met all the requirements of the speech. And if you just focus on the eye movement and make your speech a little bit more interactive, then obviously you are going to be a much better speaker. And I wish best of luck to you. Thank you everyone.
The other evaluator is Toastmaster Rahul. Going to evaluate
Toastmaster Pranav gave a wonderful speech on a very relatable topic, fear of failure. which resonated with us all. I'm sure almost all of us have faced at least once in our life where we are really nervous. We have that sense of fear where we are bombarded with thoughts that what if we do not succeed? What if we fail? Toastmaster Pranav shared his experience, specifically when he was looking for a job, he was giving interviews. There was always thoughts about fear of failure, rejections, whether I'll get the job or not. It was very relatable, so kudos to Toastmaster Pranav. If I talk about the positives in his speech, he started with a question. When you are starting with a question, it immediately hooks the audience. Sometimes the audience might have answer and they might participate. Sometimes the audience might not have the answer and they might still be hooked, thinking he is going to anyway share the answer. So they are engaged from the word go. And another aspect of his speech was around humor. There were a lot of instances where he shared the story and made us laugh. For example, there were instances where he introduced himself and talked about stalking the interviewer over LinkedIn. And then there was a question, why do you want to join us? And he abruptly replied with money. There were a lot of instances, and that is something that must be there. When you have humor, people automatically feel engaged. Talking about the negatives or areas of improvements, though the speech was really good, really engaging, there were some instances that can be improved. The first thing is the energy and pacing was missing. It was kind of a monotone on the same pace you were going. So I would recommend Toastmaster to work on the pacing and have a little bit more energy so that the instances where you had humor, the instances that actually needed impact could be highlighted. The other aspect that was missing was the structure was really good. The start, the body, but ending was abrupt and there was no clear message. I believe if you could have added the success that you got the job, but that was missing. That could have actually motivated the audience as well, ended on a higher note. Overall, it was a good speech, but I would recommend having more preparation to the speech, where you can add a little bit more vocal variety, energy, so that you can have more impact. With this, I will wrap up my evaluation. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Now I would like to move toward acting. So first, I would like to invite our Millennium Toastmaster to take over the stage. Can we welcome him?
Hello everyone again. So here is my report, a Millennium report. So I would say we have seen two speakers today, and I would say both the speakers were good, flawless, and I have not seen like any incorrect uses of words. But yeah, and I would say that word of the day, which was audacious, it was used only twice by the two speakers, and that was also during the initial period. Seems like speakers forward after that the word of the day, and if I say the good uses of the word, so TM Anurag mentioned jack of all the trades and master of one, and TM Rahul mentioned resonated, so these were some good uses of the words. And if I say some incorrect uses of the words, someone mentioned I go into interview, and I believe when someone is mentioning story in the past, so it will be I went to the interview, and someone mentioned both goes hand in hand, and it would be plural verb, and someone mentioned could have tell, and as we are using have, so it would be told, it would be would have told, and then someone mentioned Zira rice, so it might be replaced with cumin rice. So I believe these are some good uses of the words and some incorrect uses of the words, and I request and encourage to use word of the day most of the time so that it just looks good. Yeah, thank you.
Well, now I would like to invite our founder, Toastmaster Ashish on the stage. So welcome.
Thank you. So first of all, everyone has been audacious while speaking. But yes, as I said, the filler words distract the masses and reduce the impact of an otherwise powerful speech. So yes, there is a scope of improvement. So here is my report. First of all, let's clap who has been a flawless. There are Nancy, Toastmaster Nancy, Toastmaster Tanav, Toastmaster Shravasti, and Toastmaster Divanshu have been. Now come to the Toastmaster wise report. So Ashish Lal are at least 12 times. Pradeep are at least 4 times. At least 4 times. Disita 4 times. Ankit 5 times. And so 2 times. Rahul, the repeated word the 2 times. Kaveri 3 times. Anurag 4 times. Mayank 5 times. Saksham 1 time. Anuj, Toastmaster Anuj 3 times. And so 2 times. Tapesh 2 times. Myself 2 times. Monita 2 times. Toastmaster Bhanu 3 times. That's it.
So last but not the least, the last evaluator is time of Toastmaster Disita. So can we have our
So Toastmaster Mayank, who was the joke master, took 1 minute 12 seconds. Toastmaster Ashish Lal as a general evaluator. In the beginning, he took 1 minute 26 seconds, and it's still counting. Right? This thing still counts, right? And Toastmaster Ashish, who was the counter, took 47 seconds in the beginning. And 1 minute and 46 seconds in the end. So I think he's qualified. Toastmaster Pratik. I'm so sorry, I'm very confused. So Toastmaster Pratik took 57 seconds in the beginning and 1 minute for 52 seconds just now. I took 2 minutes 22 seconds in the beginning and it's still counting. TM Ashish Lal took 6 minutes 12 seconds for the general. How does the general evaluate counting work?
It will come later. And it's about very little.
At the end of the meeting. Yeah. So Toastmaster Nayanshi, who was the prepared speaker today, took 7 minutes dot. He was qualified for the awards. Toastmaster Tanav took 6 minutes 33 seconds, he was qualified. Toastmaster Kaveri was the table topic master, took 1 minute 30 Evaluator took 7 minutes 44 seconds, so you disqualified. Toastmaster Ankit took 2 minutes 34 seconds. Toastmaster Rahul took 3 minutes 30 seconds, so you both are qualified. Yeah, that's it.
Now I am going to share my general Evaluator report. So we started the meeting on time, 10:30 we started. Then Savitara came on the stage and had us do the bridge with the Toastmaster. The energy was great there. I think we did it for a couple of times, so now we are getting the ground. Coming to the joke master did a fabulous job. Right? He tried his best to make you laugh, and I think his job landed well. So those who have not laughed, I believe will be waking up tonight and will be laughing, remembering his joke and will be laughing. Then coming to the table topic master. Table topic master did a wonderful job, set the context of table topics, talk about the approaches that we use, overview approach, and topic were based on the situations, right? So it was not easy as such to answer the topics. So you confuse the audience with the questions, the topic, but well, those who gave the presence of mind nailed the topic. And it was great listening to all the speakers when they are put to such situations. So great job done by table topic master with the speakers. Coming to table topic Evaluator, wonderful job by Toastmaster Bhanu, because he talked about the upside and downside of the speakers. He also suggested what the speaker can do in order to improve his speeches further. Coming to the evaluators, the evaluators are expert evaluators. They did a wonderful job. They use CRC approach, commendation, recommendation, commendation. At the end, they also summarized their speeches. So, one suggestion to the evaluator is that when you are talking about what the speaker did well, then you have to support it by why. Why you think that speaker did well? And when the speaker did not did well, then you have to suggest the speaker that how he can improve on his speeches. So that's the thing to be taken care of, because in his speech he was recommended what the speaker did well, but not substantiated by how the speaker, why does he think that the speaker did well. So that's I noticed. Coming to the tag team did great job. It was very difficult to become a tag role players, because you have to be very attentive throughout the meeting. You have to note down all the mistakes, the good things that the speaker are doing on the stage. So thorough meticulous job. I have to appreciate them for playing this role perfectly. Coming to the overall speech meeting today, so we understand that we curtailed our meeting by half an hour, but yes, everything went wonderfully well. The theme was not there, but the Toastmaster today tried to get the audience engaged through putting some quizzes there during the session. So overall, I liked the session in terms of the learning that we had. These are some wonderful stories by the speakers. Understood got some life insight from them. Wonderful table topic section and amazing table topic speakers. So overall, the meeting went nicely, and with that, I'd like to hand over the stage back to our presiding officer. We'll take the meeting forward. So please hand me over the stage to Toastmaster.
Can we have a huge round of applause for Ashish? The role of Toastmaster of the day and general development is not easy, but he did it with all his enthusiasm and did his best. Now we are at the time for our keynote speaker. A keynote speaker today is someone who is a Microsoft 365 technical consultant working with a multinational corporation. By Toastmasters standard, he has been a Toastmaster since 2015. He has held multiple offices in the district. He has been the area director, division director. He is the current club road director and he is now the program quality director elect, which term is going to start next month. And he is going to talk about leadership in Toastmasters and why should you give a damn about it. What is leadership in Toastmasters, his experience, and his job is, he is going to inspire you about the leadership in Toastmasters. With this, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our keynote speaker for today, distinguished Toastmaster Shwetank Sharma.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bhanu, and thank you so much, Millennium Toastmasters Club, for having me here and providing me this stage of honor and share a few experiences of mine related to the leadership and communication skills in particular. But before I even start my entire address, I have a few questions related to the Toastmasters program in particular. So, ma'am, why exactly you are in Toastmasters? What is that moment or this moment for you which made you realize that you should be joining the club?
To overcome stage fear, especially, and to do communication skills and for the evaluation, for getting evaluation, because here each and every member are judging us not in a negative way but in a positive way.
Alright, so you wanted to work on your stage fear, you wanted to work on communication skills, you wanted to work on
And leadership skills.
Leadership skills as well.
For me, primarily it was about learning to get better as far as stage presence is concerned, and as and when the situation arises, to take up small leadership roles.
Right. And do you think you are able to get the mix of?
Yes, I'm happy that I am in a part of Toastmasters and I'm getting to explore different aspects.
I'm here to improve my communication skills, to network with people, and also to get a chance to perform in speech or
So I have a cross question for you. So while you're working on your communication skills, do you think just merely delivering speeches on the stage is really going to help you in evolving as a better communicator or a orator? Just delivering speeches on the stage?
Not just a delivering speech, here we have so many other roles. We have evaluation role, that how other one is speaking. We have tag team role. So not only delivering speech only will.
So if I deliver speeches, if I play the tag team roles, if I evaluate, will that be enough?
Not that be enough.
Alright.
Practice.
Anything else?
Practice, consistency.
Networking opportunities
Yes,
that we get.
among others.
Why networking?
To get others' point of view.
You mentioned networking.
Yeah.
Ma'am, please.
Networking is important because it enables me to have a proper communication over and above the stage presence that the Toastmasters.
So while you have a conversation with others,
Yeah,
you'll
yeah.
be listening to them, you'll be speaking to them.
I have to learn to think on my feet, and if
Exactly.
the need arises, I also have to learn to influence others to look at things from my perspective.
Shravasti, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. So I think I got a gist of exactly what my audience is right now and what they are looking for. But just like how Toastmaster Bhanu has mentioned, I joined Toastmasters back in 2015, and I also had my moments of good moment, and those were like disastrous moments for me, right? There were a few moments when you get sheer jitters while on stage. There might be some moments when you are really nervous while speaking to someone. But I was flying from Pune. I was flying from Dehradun to Pune, my hometown, and I realized I was standing in front of a ticket counter, and there was a beautiful flight attendant or that executive who was sitting there, and she was about to give me my boarding pass. Now I didn't understand that it was her beauty which really made me speechless, or it was my very first moment, or it was lack of conversation skills which I was going through. And instead of asking her whether the flight is on time or it is delayed, I rather spoke, I'm really late again. And it really, it might sound funny right now, but it really happened to me. And these are the things which really happen when you are nervous. So nervousness leads to that fight or flight moment. I believe you might be aware of those fight and flight moments where you either feel that either you have to fight that nervousness or you just run away and eradicate completely. So these are some of the moments, but this is just one of those moments which really made me realize that there are things which I need to work upon. But back in 2015, I felt while you're on stage, while you're speaking to someone, many times we get mistaken that when you are speaking fluently in English with people or someone who is your counterpart, it is not just merely the communication skills which you are looking for. Say अंग्रेजी में बोलने से या हिंदी में बोलने से you really should not be feeling that you are having good command over the communication skills, the larger umbrella. There are other things as well which need to be worked on. Just like how you have mentioned, it could be influencing people, it could be persuading them, it could be motivating them as and when required. And there are times, just like how Toastmasters Bhanu as the president, he might be coming on stage, he might be imparting his vision to his members and understanding their point of view. There might be certain situations where VP education might feel that there are some conflicts which might be there, and he or she needs to understand how to manage and counter those conflicts so that there is no concerns within the members. Are you all following? Yes. So in 2015, I was not so smart to understand that Toastmasters offers so many things apart from the communication skills, and I just kept on digging into the communication skills itself, that I would like to be there on stage, I would like to be that international speech contest winner one day on the district level and even participate in table topics evaluation. Whatever I do, I wanted to feel myself as competitive as possible and ace each and every skill which I am paying for. That 45 USD which used to pay that back then, I felt that I am going to reap maximum benefit out of this 45 USD which I am paying. But I was clueless that this is not exactly the maximum I am getting from the 45 USD I am paying. I competed at the table topics district level as well, but that is not the ultimate epitome of what I was looking for. But back in 2019 is when I got introduced to the leadership roles which are there in Toastmasters. Maybe they might be at the club level, they might be at the district level, they might be at different other levels as well. But what I realized, when you just deliver your speeches here, you have to practice those communication skills as well with others in a very personal space. So while I'm having a very informal communication with you or a conversation with you, I'll be making sure that I'm respectful to your ideas, I'm respectful to your opinions which you are sharing, and rather I'm listening to you as well more rather than posting about what my accomplishments have been. And in case you highlight some concerns related to your journey so far, I will be empathetic to each and everything which you are saying, and rather not just helping you with as much of gyan or fundamentals, rather giving you solutions which are really implemented in past and help a lot of people. So these are some of the things which you really learn when you are in leadership roles. Leadership roles have so many other varieties to it. How many of your managers here or someone in a supervisor position in your companies?
Not a manager, but I manage.
You manage a team? You manage a team, right? You manage a team. And makers here? Because they are the biggest managers when it comes to managing different things. Now, you, what's your name? Ashish. Please help us. Does it happen that, what are your working days? Is it 5 days, 6 days, 7 days a week? 5 days. 5 days. How many people do you do?
I take care of an India portfolios.
80, 100, 1000?
Around 100.
Around 100. Okay. So I have a simple question to you. For example, I am one of your subordinate and you want some work to be done over the weekend. That is on Saturday and Sunday. How easy it is for you to convince them to get the work done? Is it easy on a scale of 1 to 10?
Mostly it is easy.
Mostly it is easy. Nice.
I'm
glad I'm not part of it.
Out of 100, there are 15-20 people who can do the job.
Wonderful.
Whenever you want.
So he is good at convincing people and getting the work out of, probably getting the work done with that limited 15 people out of 100 which are there in the team. What I'm exactly coming into, there are different levels of leadership. Probably he will realize soon where he stands in that leadership hierarchy altogether. There is a famous book by John C. Maxwell, 5 Levels of Leadership. Anyone read that particular book? No one? That was such high velocity nod from Dipanshu. You read it or not?
No, I
Okay. Okay. So what are these 5 levels of leadership? Any guesses?
First will be communication.
First is communication.
Motivation.
Motivation. So 5 levels of leadership are very different from just mere communication skills or anything. The very first level speaks about positional leadership. Positional leadership is, for example, Toastmaster Dipanshu is the president of the club, right? He cannot just simply come on stage and start asking for things to be done. All right, Kaveri, do this thing. All right, Vishudha, do this thing for me. All right, Bhanu, make sure that you are here on time by 10:15 and get everything sorted. Just on the basis of the position he holds in the club. But for a leader, it's important that you have a position as well. So that is the very first thing. You should not be just a positional leader, just basis on the rank which has been given to you. Understood? Second is permission. This is the second level of leadership. Any idea what the permissional leadership would be? Rahul?
You cannot dictate all the terms. You have to get some ideas from the team as well.
Get
some ideas or some thoughts, and basically include them as well. So seeking permission but not very direct.
Okay. So yeah, thank you. So permission is mostly related to whenever the elections happen within the club, these people have given him the permission to lead him, right? These are the people, these 70 odd people have given him the permission to lead the entire set. But it should not be that he's just coming up higher in the ladder and people don't even give him the permission to lead them. There is a very famous example. पहले फैक्ट्रियां हो गई थी, अभी होती है ना. There is a union leader in these factories. उसकी कोई पोजीशन नहीं होती, उसको कोई पैसा नहीं मिलता union leader बनने के बाद, right? But these people who are working in the factory, they have given him the permission to lead them. Whatever the concerns these factory people have, they just go back to the union leader and tell them कि भाई आप बताओ क्या करना है. हम नहीं जानते किसी ओनर को, हम नहीं जानते किसी को. You are the person who is really going to help me out. So that particular person in the level of leadership might not have a position, but he has the permission to lead the people who are working under him, right? But for becoming a good leader, you should have both. You should have a position. You should also have permission as well, right? So far we are good. So these are the 2 levels of leadership. We are just about to reach to the pinnacle. What could be a third thing in the level of leadership? We have covered 2 P's. The third P is
Persuasion.
sorry.
Persuasion.
Okay. Persuasion. Persuasion might fall under permission only. Third is productivity. Productivity is permission में क्या होगा कि I established a very informal connect with my people. It's just like कि ऐसा नहीं है that I am very bossy in my positional leadership. I don't have connect with them. I'll be establishing as much informal connect with them so that they can come back to me with their concerns and they know that if we go back to him, he is going to be empathetic towards each and everything which we are going to say, and he is going to provide some solutions related to the problems which we are sharing, right? But इसमें होता क्या है? The only problem is having too much of informal connect. Suppose I am informally connected with Dipanshu and he is my subordinate. After 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, if I give a task to him, he'll simply come back to me and say, Shwetank कर लेंगे यार, फिर भी ऐसे क्या करेंगे, right? So there should be a balance of that informal connect which you are establishing with your peers and subordinates, so that you also yield some results from the team which has been assigned to you. That is productivity. So position, permission, and third one is productivity. Productivity speaks a lot about you as a leader, wherein your team relies on you. That if Dipanshu is the president of the club, he has made sure that the club will become the presidential distinguished club during his tenure. And if he is the president again or maybe in future, they know that if he commits, if he has a vision, he'll make sure that the club will be a president distinguished club or will be going ahead in the dashboard while achieving the distinguished club goals. Making sense? So productivity is also sorted, permission is sorted, position is sorted. The fourth level in this leadership hierarchy is people development. So while Dipanshu, I'm sorry, I'm just taking an example of Dipanshu because he is the current, you are the current president, right? So that is the only reason why I'm taking an example. But while he is there in the third level of leadership, he has to work on further levels as well. These further levels are people development. So right now we are still in June and we are going to enter a next cycle of next term of Toastmasters International. That is from 1st July there will be an entirely different ex-com or club officer set. But he has to make sure that while he is evolving as a leader, he is making better leaders within the group as well as there is a succession plan involved. So for this people development, not only you are growing in the leadership hierarchy, not only you are growing personally and professionally, you are also making sure that others are also growing along with you. So that speaks about either the reproduction or the people development. So that is the fourth level in the entire leadership hierarchy. What would be the fifth one? I already named it while I was speaking. Fifth is pinnacle. Pinnacle is you have already made sure that you have a position, you have already made sure you have a permission, you have already made sure that you are worthy of that position because you are producing results, you already made sure that you are not going alone, you are taking your team along with you and making sure they also grow. But pinnacle is you are generating those leaders who are also generating new leaders or more people development is happening. There is a very fine difference between fourth and fifth level. While you are developing people, at fifth level you are making sure the leaders whom you are evolving, they are also developing more and leaders and they are also working towards MLM programs with them. I mean, I really don't want to compare Toastmasters with the MLM program, but just in a hindsight, try to think about it in a different way. So fifth is related to complete pinnacle. Now, while we are speaking about these leadership, where do you see yourself as a leader in these 5 levels of leadership? In these 5 levels of leadership, position, permission, productivity, maybe people development and pinnacle, where do you see yourself in the leadership hierarchy?
See, I don't have any complaint from my boss, so I think I will do my job properly.
I would say between 3 and 4.
Between 3 and 4?
Yes.
Okay.
3.5.
They are delivering results as well, and we are also making sure that we are not only doing what we are making.
Yeah, but they are very even junior, they are freshers or 1-2 years of experience, so they still have time to be a leader. That's why I have started guiding them with time. So
wonderful. So people who think they are above second level, I just share one more understanding. While you are at level 2 of leadership hierarchy, उसी में ही you understand what challenges are involved in the second level itself. Second level में एक चीज important है, that is suppose Toastmaster Bhanu is here and he asks someone to do something within the club. If the other person does that, is it okay? Dipanshu asks Dikshita to do something, for example, to move his chair from here to there, and she moves it, is it okay? Is he doing good as a leader? No. I repeat again. Toastmaster Dipanshu comes on stage, he asks Dikshita move his chair from here to there, politely, with utmost empathy, and he has been audacious enough to say that and give the people that command. So is it okay?
Yes.
Psychological breaks it though.
So
my psychological breaks it though.
okay, but there should also be some reasons and use please when
what I'm trying to say is, when people just do what you have told them or asked them to do, that is not a sign of good leader. They have to go above and beyond. They have to use their brain as well. There is such a right? And that is going above and beyond. So you have to have a team of people who are not just doing what they are being asked to do, they are going above and beyond. But above and beyond China, they will go only above and beyond, only when, just like how he has mentioned, वो जो Saturday Sunday काम करने आ रहे हैं, they are going above and beyond. If my manager asks me to come on Saturday Sunday, I'll simply say, I'm going to MC meeting attend करने I'm not going to do, right? So I have my personal reasons, but I will be making sure that I will be giving weightage to something or someone with whom I have a very good connect, so that I go above and beyond, because I'm not getting anything extra for spending my time on Saturday and Sunday apart from the respect and the propriety which I have with that person. What I'm trying to cover is, when you are in MCTC, when you are in Toastmasters, don't just leverage this particular stage for honing your communication skills. There are different things involved. Networking skills, I mentioned, leadership skills are there, and networking skills, trust me, it's not easy. It's not at all easy. Networking skills also come up with several different challenges. It's like पहली बार किसी stranger से बात कैसे करनी, it's very difficult. There might be some discrimination of gender as well. किसी को लड़की से बात करने में issue आता है, किसी को लड़कों से बात करने में issue आता है, right? There might be a difference of age as well. If someone is very much aged, is very senior, how should I probably talk to him? There is a generation gap, there is an intellect gap, how probably. But you have to have your right content for each and every person you are interacting with. But that is just one stage. Second stage could be what exactly I am going to get benefit out of this conversation which I am going to have. Right? मैं इसका मतलब यही कह रहा हूँ that every time you talk to someone, you should be expecting something in return. There should be a barter system involved. But make sure that you are also being calculative about the fact that exactly suppose I am talking to a person who is in real estate, exactly can he help me in getting a good property here in Gurgaon at the cheapest price? But exactly how? You cannot be very direct in this discussion कि आप सीधे point पे आगे बात कर रहे हो कि यार बात हो गई है पता है थोड़ा सा पैसा थोड़ा plus can you give me, right? So make sure that you are also not too direct, not too informal. There should be a balance in everything. So networking skills also come up with so many different aspects. Even leadership skills, just like how I mentioned, while you are influencing someone, while you are persuading someone, as the VP education, as the VP PR, as the VP membership, these are the challenges which really you are going to counter during your tenure. As a VP education, who is VP education? Correct? Sorry, you are interviewing?
Right now.
In the fixed position? Whether you are inside?
No, I'm
current. So you might be facing certain challenges. That suppose speaker is not ready and you are getting unnecessary reasons. I remember during my education days, I reached out to a girl asking her if she can take a role. She said she is not available today. I said meeting is tomorrow. She said somehow I'm not available tomorrow as well. I said can you take the role next week? And it's been 10 years I haven't seen a response from her yet. And there might be some.
What kind of role you were asking?
Sorry?
What kind of role you were asking?
Toastmasters, I don't know. But what exactly what I'm trying to say is, people will come up with so many creative excuses. You will feel that exactly how can I not say no to that person with that excuses that other person is saying, right? But that's where if other person is getting creative, I'm pretty sure you have had your own creative ideas to convince them as well. As a VPPR, you're creating a brand altogether of MCTC, and you will get to learn a lot. As a VP membership, you get an opportunity to interact with strangers every time you come entering from that particular stage and become their buddy in their entire journey of Toastmasters and help them evolve, understand the requirement, and making sure there is a conversion as well. So every 10 guests who come, and any guests who are attending the meeting for the very first time. So we don't bombard you with karo join, right? That's not. We just introduce you to the program and make sure that you get the maximum understanding of the program and make sure that you become a part of the legacy of the system which we are trying to create, because we all grow together and we provide a supportive and positive environment here so that you can work on your communication skills. But as a VP education, as a VP membership, or any particular role you are playing in the leadership hierarchy, make sure you are learning not only the leadership skills, you are also working on your communication and networking skills. Why I am talking about all those things? Because we want to ask me to speak on a lot about leadership skills as well. And in last 10 years of my experience with Toastmasters, I have learned so many traits related to leadership. I know when someone is giving me excuse. I know when someone is going to ditch me at the right 11th hour. I understand those nitty-gritties, but only after investing so much time into Toastmasters and leading so many teams, you get to understand कि इसका क्या potential है, ये मेरी team में आएगा तो क्या value दे सकता है. And this is something which I am practicing in Toastmasters leadership. When it comes to your companies or corporate, वहाँ पर experiment नहीं कर सकते हो. Here I can experiment so many things. यार ये initiative करके देखता हूँ, ये try करके देखता हूँ whether it's going to work or not. So I introduce you right now to the new world of Toastmasters leadership, not only at the club level, maybe at the level. leadership level, whether district level or maybe at any level, but try to explore that hidden side of you in the leadership or Toastmasters networking side, and make sure that you leverage most about not about the 45 USD you are paying, but instead the 60 USD plus CST you are paying. So get the maximum out of it. And if you have any queries, I'll give you another 30 seconds to ask anything, and then I'll let you know. Anything, anyone? Nothing? Thank you so much, everyone. I would like to hand over the stage back to
Thank you very much, Toastmasters Shwetank, for a wonderful session. So, as you all know, next week we have the executive committee elections. The nomination has already been open. Nomination form has already been shared. So do nominate. We have already gotten a very good response. Don't think that this, would I be able to do this role is okay, this role is not. Talk to me, talk to Rahul, talk to any EC officers. We would be more than happy to help you and be the part of the next leaders of this club and take the club to new, better heights, greater heights. With this, first thing first, voting form has been shared. Requesting everyone, please vote for the best role player, best speakers. For the guests, you can scan the QR code. Members, please help them. While we are having voting, I'll move on to our guest. For the guests, just please rise up from your seat. And how did you like today's meeting? So, sir, would you like to go?
I would say perfect, which I was looking for. So not only on the communication skills or improving our predictions, stage fear. As we said, we can improve our leadership skills also. And I think it was perfect, more than what I was looking for. And I'm happy to be associated with it.
Thank you.
I enjoyed the session as usual, and I'm so happy that I came on a day when there was a special educational session as well. That made a lot of sense to me, and I am still in the mode of contemplating where to go next. Thank you so much.
Thank you. While we are having the voting, we have a token of appreciation for distinguished Toastmaster Shwetank. Shwetank,